would like to share with you my experience inside the judicial system and how can we really make changes in my country. Well, there is no doubt that fighting corruption is a challenge in a closed environment, especially when there is no check and balance and the institutions are controlled mainly by corrupt people. In Guatemala, we had a big challenge to construct institutions because we had one of the biggest levels of impunity. That means that anybody that can commit a crime can go, not guilty after trials, if they get to go to a trial. So when I became a judge, I started seeing corruption inside my own judiciary and tried to establish how can that happen. And I realized that many of the people that was working there was already being corrupt by other lawyers that work in the judicial system. So the whole system is built in a way to promote these kind of things. But we start together an organization with other judges to make more transparency in the system, to promote better, not human rights, but better clerks in the system, clerks with more capacity, more focus on the system. We also promoted to have better, all these words in English are sometimes hard for me, to have a better system of control for the people inside the judicial system. But that was a battle that was, didn't have many good friends. So in 2014, I was capable of proving that the judges, most of the judges in the higher courts, not in the lower courts because we have a law of judicial career, but in the upper courts, the judges are named because they links to the politicians. And I had one case where the former president of the Congress, that was still a congressman, offered me to be elected if I could help the vice president in a case that they had in the judicial system. And I was able to record the conversation. But then I didn't know what to do with this record. If I go to the judicial system, if the judicial system is already corrupt, you cannot really expect something to change. But in Guatemala, from 2017, there is an organization from the United Nations called CICIG. This is the International Commission Against Impunity. And this organization has made a lot of changes. So I decided that I was going to give this record to the International Commission Against Impunity, and they started an investigation. And that's how we could prove that the judges that were being named in the Supreme Court were really linked with the politicians. So now we have two of the Supreme judges facing trial. One is already in jail. There is another Supreme Court judge that is being investigated for corruption. And this is one example of the cases that are going on in Guatemala. But in 2014, this organization, the International Commission Against Impunity, was able to prove also that the president, at that time he was in power, was involved on cases of grand corruption. Right now, more than 50 high officials are facing trials for different cases, but this all was able because we had an international body helping the judicial system. So I think that in a closed environment where there is a kleptocracy, it's very difficult to fight if you don't have something from outside that will help rebuild the system.